Hey guys, this is Steve Guttenberg again, back with John Strobene at Ohm Acoustics in Brooklyn. And last time we talked about Tech Hive. This time we're going to talk about his company, Ohm Acoustics. His speakers look like this. This is the Ohm Walsh 1000 speaker. And I just listened to it. I'm really impressed. I will link to my impressions of that. I'm going to do a separate CNET review, and I'll tell you what I think about that sound separately. I'm sorry, I got a cold, and hopefully I'm not going to cough too much. But anyway, so Ohm Acoustics didn't start out as, but became a house brand for Tech Hi-Fi. That is, the Tech Hi-Fi bought Ohm Acoustics. And what year was that?
78. I became the president.
Well, that's nice. You made yourself the president.
Yes, made myself the president.
Okay, cool.
It was sort of a separation agreement with Tech Hi-Fi, where my partner Sandy took total control of that, and I took total control of this at the time. Yeah.
But you continued to sell the speakers to Tech Hi-Fi.
Oh yes.
But the company has had a very unusual lifespan, because you told me you have a huge customer base of Ohm customers that go back to the 70s.
Yes, and in fact we've become factory direct since the turn of the century, basically, when all the dealers were going out of business, and when the big dealer would go out of business and owe us a lot of money, we'd lose money, and that was happening much too often at that time, and we decided to go factory direct because Cambridge Soundworks had shown that it can be done.
Right.
And we had well over 100,000 customers out there, and their speakers take a long time to die. So they're still working there.
Wow.
And so we decided to go factory direct. We had to revise our speaker line from good, better, best, which is the way it's sold in the store. You come in, a little more money, you get a little better sound. A lot more money, you get a little better sound. When we're selling factory direct, we changed our product line to as good as we could make, i.e. the best we could make for small rooms, medium rooms, and large rooms.
Okay.
Because when I'm talking over the phone, it's hard to make a distinction between good and better.
Right.
Let alone good, better, and best. But your room is small, you get this one. Your room is big, you get this one.
Okay.
Very straightforward.
But you should describe what the Walsh driver is.
The Lincoln Walsh realized that the conventional speaker aimed at you is inherently wrong, that it's directing the sound to the high frequencies in a narrow beam, low frequencies omnidirectional. He said if you take that speaker, flip it upside down, and let you listen to what's coming off the back of the cone rather than off the front of the cone, it comes off in the full 360 degrees. And if the materials are right and you've built it right, the wave front that comes off as it moves down the cone will be coherent with the part that's still in the cone, and one wave front will come off, and everything will be in time, in phase, etc. And you could theoretically make a one-way driver that covered everything from 20 to 20.
And that was the Ohm F.
That was the Ohm A.
Ohm A. And then there was B and C.
It was 18 inches in diameter and about 80 dB or 75 dB sensitivity. And it had a voice coil that weighed 3 grams.
What could go wrong?
Well, as the joke was, it took 300 watts to get them going and 301 to blow them up.
Yeah.
The current design is the enhancement that I came up with and was able to patent by flipping keeping the upside down cone.
So the magnet's at the top of the speaker.
Right. Okay. And I increased the weight of the voice coil, which rolled off the highs, and put a super tweeter on top of it that would reproduce the highs and had it aimed cross-firing in front of you. So as you move to the left, you get further away from the right speaker, but you get more on axis to that super tweeter. So you get a time intensity trade-off that does a much better job of creating a stereo image. In fact, we call it full room stereo, because almost anywhere in the room you stand, you can get a good imaging if it's a well done recording.
You have videos that I can link to that show how this works?
Yes, I'll send that to you.
Okay, but I'm going to link to it to viewers out there watching this interview. I will link to it in the description box below, because I know it's hard, because unless you've seen a naked Ohm speaker, it's hard to understand what John is describing. And not because he's not doing a good job, it's just hard to visualize. So we will provide pictures and I think a video or two that shows how it all works, right? Okay.
Yeah. And it has several other benefits. The original Walsh speaker radiated 360 degrees, but that also meant that their radiation was going by walls, and that reflection was like having another speaker in your room.
Yeah.
So it made it very difficult to put any of these speakers near walls. We used to recommend being at least 7 feet away from them. At that point, your brain would identify the reflection as a reflection rather than as part of the main sound.
Right.
And put speakers 7 feet away from any walls, you get into a pretty good sized room.
Yeah, I'd say.
And so on my patented design, it was incorporating the wall. The reflection of the walls was designed to be near the walls.
Near the wall. Everybody wants speakers that go up near a wall.
Yes, and we've got them.
Okay, and I can attest to how well it works near a wall. It's really impressive. I mean, these speakers really do disappear. They're omnidirectional speakers, and they do the omnidirectional thing, but they can be near a wall, so everybody's happy.
Yes, they do create a stereo image from. We view a square, the width of the speakers apart, equal distance back. You can be anywhere along that back side, and everybody will listen to the same thing. We used to do demonstrations where we'd say, where is the trumpet player? And everybody listening would point to the same spot in space. It's quite a remarkable effect.
Now, the other thing is you offer incredible customer service, because the people out there with 30, 40-year-old speakers, they can come to you and they're in contact with you on the phone and emails too, or just phone?
Yes, probably equal amounts.
Okay.
We do service or upgrade, one or the other, or both in some cases, every speaker we've ever made. Going back
going
all the way back to the Ohm.
Wow. And that was when?
50 years ago almost, 48 years ago.
That's something right there.
That part of that was when we decided to go factory direct, we knew we would be getting calls from old customers. So we made an active effort to dig up samples of those things and come out with products that were available today from us that would substitute in either equal or improve the sound of them. And so we also accept and trade any of those speakers from 25, 30, 40 years ago. And we offer them for sale in our outlet store online, where after we've refinished them and re-upgraded them so that they're good performing speakers again.
Wow.
That provides us an outlet of regular box speakers.
Oh, right, we were talking about that. Okay.
Yeah, earlier.
Right,
yeah.
okay.
So
non-omnidirectional speakers, directional speakers.
Directional speakers. Yep.
Okay. Now, you actually, let's say the new speakers you're building here, though, you're really building the entire speaker here?
Yes, we build the cabinets here, which allows us to offer 12 different finishes. We can, if a person turns out he needs it to be 3 inches shorter or 3 inches taller, we can do that. We're doing it from that stage. We're using multi-birch plywood, which is the best material we've found, and it gives us the stiffness and the strength that we want. We can strain layer dampen it inside. It's a fully modern speaker, so to speak, and every one is custom made to the order.
And the drivers?
And the driver, we make the drivers here.
You do? Okay.
We buy parts, some partial assemblies from all around the world. We buy all our neodymium magnets from China.
Okay.
Not that anyone who is not buying it from China is lying to you, because they have a world monopoly at the moment.
Okay.
And we put them all together right here. Gave you a short tour earlier.
Yeah.
We design them right here, and we talk on the phone right here. If you want to
and
come
your
and listen,
customers can talk To you, directly, the president, the owner, the founder, and the designer and maker and everything. You actually still make them? Or that's the only thing you don't do personally?
I don't personally make them.
Okay.
I do personally check them.
Okay.
Every driver I personally test, or Evan now, I had him trained on that too.
Okay.
Test the individual Walsh drivers.
Interesting.
Because there are a number of things that are important with the Walsh driver that are not even considered important with the normal drivers.
Okay.
So we've learned that we have to be very careful in matching the pairs that are going out to get this great imaging effect. We found if one's off compared to the other one, the imaging falls apart because your brain is relying on that information quite a bit to identify imaging.
And your customers are worldwide?
We sell a few by mail, ship by mail around the world. We recently shipped a pair to Moscow. We have a distributor in Germany who, for most of the bigger speakers, builds cabinets there, and we send him the parts and he installs them as cabinets. And we've sold to recently Iceland, England. We get inquiries.
And so it's just the
Australia a
U.S.
little
just converted to U.S. dollars.
We convert
plus
to U.S.
shipping.
dollars and plus shipping,
Okay.
and U.S. and Canada. We
Okay.
do a fair amount of business in Canada. Yeah, and we mostly promote on the internet, and people can find us at ohmspeakers.com.
Not Ohm Acoustics, just Ohm.
Just
Ohm
Ohm
Speakers,
Speakers.
okay.
Ohm Speakers.
Okay.
Or Ohm Speaker Singular. Either way, we have both.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Wow. So Ohm F's come through?
Ohm F's come through, and we upgrade them to the latest technology. And in fact, our super top of the line is called the F5015. It takes an F cabinet, it puts a 15-inch powered subwoofer in the cabinet,
Ooh.
and then takes an F driver, removes the F driver, and puts our 5000 top of the line driver in its space with its own little enclosure, and combine the two so that you put a grill on it, it looks like an F, but in reality it's got a system using the best, it's probably the best speaker we've ever made. I mean, it would also work as an upgrade for our Ohm A, but there aren't very many of those out there.
How many Ohm F's, though?
There are several thousand Ohm F's out there.
That's a lot. Because it was an expensive speaker.
It was an expensive speaker, but we sold a lot. I mean, it was sold eventually in 22 countries, actual physical distributors, the F's in 22 countries. So we got reviews saying, this is the impossible dream that's come true.
Wow. Very cool. I got to hear that speaker, your new Ohm F. Do you have any here?
Yes, I do. If you want to spend the time, I'll get having to dig it out and set it up for you.
Okay. Anyway, a pleasure, John.
Yeah, $11,000 a pair, though. It's not for everyone.
Well, so it's affordable.
It's affordable.
By high-end standards.
By high-end standards, it's barely in high-end.
I don't think Wilson Audio makes a speaker. Well, they make one speaker that's that price. Yeah. Anyway, great hanging out with you, John. This is Steve Guttenberg at Ohm Acoustics in Brooklyn, New York. Thank you guys for watching. This is the Audiophiliac Daily Show. See you next time. Bye-bye.